Hello, welcome to yet another mail day video, and in this one I have quite an interesting mix of films. I had a couple of packages that turned up today and I opened them and I'm glad I did. And you'll find out why in just a second. So let's just get right into it. We've got 4 Blu-rays to talk about. The first one is a steelbook, and it continues a collection that I've been keeping running for like the past few years, and that is the Pixar steelbook collection that I have. We have Finding Dory, the latest steelbook. I got this from Amazon Italy, I think. I think it was Amazon Italy, I'm not sure. Maybe Amazon France. Either way, usually with these Disney steelbooks, and by Disney I mean Marvel movies, Pixar movies, I usually wait for a few months after they've been released and find a good price on like Amazon France or Spain or Italy. They're all the same releases really. I mean, they have the different text on the J card, but otherwise it's universal. So I usually do that and save some money that way. And this one was going for a really good price. Unfortunately, it arrived damaged. This thing was bent to buggery. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it here. In fact, you might not even be able to, but there is a dent right there in the middle. And it was really dented in when I first got it. And you might be able to tell there's like a divot here, it's been crushed. Yeah, you can really, I think you can see that. So it's like it's been clipped here and it kind of was bent inwards like that, and I managed to open it and kind of just push it back into place. And you know what? I don't care. I really don't care. I'm really happy with myself. I'm making progress on this Blu-ray damage thing. I mean, if it was a big line through the gorgeous artwork there, you know, the nice blues and stuff, then yeah, it would probably be worth returning or something like that, but I'm not going to display it on the shelf like that. You know, it's either going to be facing outward like that, displayed, or it's going to be like that, with the spine out. So, you know, there's no point in sending it back, and I'm more than happy with getting this for the price that I got it. Got some nice back artwork there, with Dory hiding in the, whatever these things are, the reeds. Nice and colourful inside with 3 discs. We got the Blu-ray, the 3D Blu-ray, which means nothing to me, but it comes with all the extras and stuff. I think that there is a, yeah, it's a special features Blu-ray as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to take all the discs out. I'm sure there's just more colourful sea life and the inside artwork. But yeah, but kind of a shame that it turned up kind of bent and stuff. But it's not as noticeable now. I managed to kind of salvage that, so I'm very happy to own this and to add it to the collection. The only one I'm missing now is The Good Dinosaur, which wasn't as good as a lot of the other Pixar films. This one I really enjoyed. I'm not like the biggest fan of Finding Nemo. I think it's a really, really good film. I kind of came late to the game with Finding Nemo, so it's not one of my favorites. I think I prefer this one a little bit more to Finding Nemo. It felt like a natural progression of the story to take it from the ocean and put it into one of these like SeaWorld places, and it's just like an interesting kind of different setting for the film to take place. The animation is obviously stunning, and I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed this one. Again, probably still not my favorites, but a really good Pixar film. And this one has a ton of special features that I don't know because it's all in some foreign language. But it does have Piper, which is the short that they showed before this in the cinema. And Piper is one of my favorite short films ever. I love that film. So I mean, it's like 2-3 minutes long, and it got me emotional. I just think it's such a, I mean, the quality of the animation is fucking superb in that film. It is mind-blowing how far CGI animation has come, but even that, just the story is so well executed with no words, and you get it. I just love the story of that film. But yeah, so Finding Dory, the 3D steelbook, I guess, the 3D bent steelbook, and my woes didn't end there, because the next Blu-ray I'm going to talk about is not even really a Blu-ray, I don't think. What we have here is Buster Keaton in Spiked Marriage. Now, Buster Keaton made quite a lot of silent films in terms of feature films in the silent era, and Kino over in America have released most of them except for 2. Spiked Marriage, which is this one, and The Cameraman. Those 2 I believe were MGM movies, or at least they were made by different companies, and so Kino haven't got the rights to them. In Spain, they announced, or didn't announce, it just popped up on Amazon that they had Blu-rays of Spiked Marriage and The Cameraman. I have The Cameraman ordered and on the way. Kind of wish I didn't now. So this was kind of, there's no information about this online anywhere, so I took a gamble on it, picked it up, it arrived today, I opened the case. Inside was the Blu-ray. I picked the Blu-ray out, I put it in the PlayStation, put it on the TV, and immediately realized that this wasn't really high definition. It didn't look terrible, you know, it looked fine, but it wasn't quite high def. To be sure, I popped the Blu-ray into my Blu-ray drive and ripped the whole disc to see how big the file was. And it wasn't that big at all. In fact, you can probably see, there you go. You can see how much space on the disc that the film takes up, which is not much at all. And this is a 25 gig disc. So the movie takes up about 7 GB, and I believe it's just a DVD upscale. So to kind of, homage one of my favorite, unintentionally favorite Zaron Isaac moments, it looks like I got a fucking bootleg. Yeah, this just, I mean, looking at the back of it, the text, it screams bootleg. I don't know if it is. They might have officially got the rights to the film, but it definitely ain't a Blu-ray. It definitely ain't what it says on the tin, so this is practically worthless. But I will keep it and watch it because the film looked okay, and it's the only silent film, or one of the only silent films of Buster Keaton's I haven't seen yet. So let's pick it up off of the floor. And not be too harsh, but yeah, this is really a disappointment, unfortunately. And yeah, I've kind of contacted the seller that sold this to say, hey, this ain't a Blu-ray. Give me my money back or something, because you're advertising it as a Blu-ray and it's not high definition. You know, there are Blu-rays out there that have standard definition material on it, but they're advertised as SD Blu-rays, you know. This one says Full HD, 1080p, you know, all that stuff on the back. And yeah, I mean, it even looks like low res, just the text on the back, so not a good sign at all, unfortunately. But anyway, I'll enjoy the film, I'm sure. And keeping with that trend, in a much happier ending to this video, I picked these two up from Wow HD, which are an interesting website who have quite an interesting reputation, and I've had kind of mixed success with them, and they had really great prices on these two Blu-rays, so I decided to take the gamble, and in this case the gamble paid off. They both arrived, and they both arrived in good condition with their slipcovers. 2 more Buster Keaton films, and I'm really excited about these. We have 7 Chances, Buster Keaton, and we have The Saphead. Now, The Saphead, let's talk about this one first. This is the first ever feature film that Buster Keaton made, and this was before he was given the creative control to make his own feature films. He was starting to make his own short films in 1920 when this one was made. But this is kind of not really a true Buster Keaton film, but it's a film that he starred in, and I guess was the beginning of him getting into feature films. And I haven't seen it. Don't know much about it either, but I'm looking forward to checking it off the list. Huge Buster Keaton fan, I need to see it. This one has some good special features. It has a complete alternate version of this film, comprised entirely of variant takes and camera angles. Back in the silent era, they would film all the films with multiple cameras, so they could have kind of different pieces of film to export out to, you know, other places in the world. So there were varying different versions of the film, and this one has a second version. There is a pair of sapheads, an 8-minute featurette comparing the 2 versions of the film. Buster Keaton, Life of the Party, a rare audio recording from 1962 in which Buster Keaton recalls the memories and songs of his vaudeville youth amid an intimate gathering of friends. That one sounds really, really cool. And a gallery of personal photographs from Keaton's childhood in vaudeville. And music arranged and directed by Robert Israel and also by Ben Modell. So this one's pretty stacked in terms of special features. Again, has the nice slip box. And these slip boxes from Kino, they can be really temperamental, but these ones are in really good condition. So I'm just so happy to get these for much lower prices than Amazon and in perfect condition as far as I'm concerned. Next one we have, which I've already shown you obviously, but to go into this one a little bit more, 7 Chances. This is a great Buster Keaton film, really, really funny. In this film, he has the chance to inherit a lot of money if he gets married by a certain point that day. Bit of a convenient plot, but it leads to a funny kind of, I don't want to say cat and mouse chase, but like it just feels it's a chase movie in a way. Like he's just constantly on the run trying to find someone to marry him, and then by the end it just goes crazy with all these women chasing him, and it just goes proper into high gear until he's literally like running down the side of a mountain with boulders chasing him. It just escalates so much, and it has a really nice Technicolor sequence as well. And I think this is the film where he gets into his car, and then the scene transitions into him parked outside another house, and it's like perfectly framed, like just a great little kind of special effect, I suppose, a little trick shot. But I really enjoyed this when I first saw it. There's quite an off-color racist gag in there as well, unfortunately, but I kind of laughed anyway. Special features, audio commentary and conversation by film historians Ken Gordon and Bruce Lawton. A Brideless Groom from 1947, a 17-minute Three Stooges short that recycles the premise of Seven Chances. How a French Nobleman Got a Wife through the New York Herald Personal Columns. A 1904 Edison short film directed by Edwin S. Porter, which is an interesting feature. A visual essay on the film's locations, analysis of the Technicolor sequence by film historian Eric Grayson, and a gallery of production stills. And the music for this one is done by Robert Israel. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Not one of my favorites, but definitely a really enjoyable one nonetheless. And this actually completes my Kino Buster Keaton silent film collection. I'm really happy about that. I mean, there is the new re-release of Steamboat Bill Jr. and College, which I haven't got, but I have those two separate releases anyway, and this is something for me that has been building up for the past 3 years. When I first got into Buster Keaton, wanted to get the Blu-rays, saw all the Kino editions like this, and there's also a big Blu-ray box set, the Ultimate Buster Keaton Collection, and I really wanted to get that. And I remember very vividly sitting down like 3 years ago to talk about, I was talking about these with my friend Matt, like, you know, can I get like all of them, or should I get the big box set, which is going to be cheaper? I worked out all the pricing and everything, and I soon realized that it was just going to be easier to track these down individually, and you get the nice kind of individual cases anyway. And so it's taken 3 years for me to hunt them all down and to buy them. And again, the only ones I need to get really would be the re-release of Steamboat Bill Jr. and College, and also the Lost Keaton set that Kino put out, which is sound shorts. So as far as feature films and silent films go with Kino, I've completed the Buster Keaton collection, couldn't be happier about it. Obviously I have all those shorts on Blu-ray, and I was hoping with Spite Marriage and The Cameraman that I would have the complete Buster Keaton silent collection, but this, well, I guess I do, just not in high definition. So yeah, when The Cameraman turns up, it's going to be a little less exciting, because I know it's not really a Blu-ray, it's a DVD blown up and plopped onto a 25 gig disc, which doesn't really take up that much space. So there we go. Thank you for watching. Leave any thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one.
It's alright by me. Apart from the fact he throws cans of Carlin into a tree. Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool. But he's not quite as cool as you, 'cause